I'm Nick Snow, watching government for Oil and Gas Journal in Washington, D.C. Before we get much farther into the new year, let's look back on the old. 2014 was disappointing in several respects, but there were some bizarre and occasionally bright moments which deserve to be recognized. It's time to issue this column's latest set of Watchies. The 113th Congress was the worst in U.S. history when it came to passing bills that actually became laws. The Republican-led House approved plenty of measures to make political points, which the Democrat-controlled Senate refused to take up. Gridlock was the rule, with one prominent exception. Senators Tom Udall, a Democrat from New Mexico, and John A. Barrasso, a Republican from Wyoming, along with Speaker John A. Boehner, a Republican from Ohio, and others in the House, share a pat-on-the-back Watchie for making permanent a successful pilot program to improve drilling permit application processing in several U.S. Bureau of Land Management field offices in the Rocky Mountains before the program expired. This was a case where meeting a specific urgent need made so much sense that partisanship was cast aside to get the necessary work done. If only it could happen more frequently. U.S. President Barack Obama was criticized for many of his 2014 actions. This column contributes its 2 bits with a thick-headed Watchie because of his dogged adherence to environmental organizations' myths about the Keystone XL crude oil pipeline project long after they've been proven false. The president has more pressing matters, however, and it's possible he hasn't taken enough time personally to examine all the facts. An issue this important requires more than considering a single set of possible consequences which matter to a small but strident constituency. Obama takes a broader approach on other much bigger issues. It's past time he did the same here. You know who you are, Watchies. Go to everyone who worked below the radar during 2014 to reach effective workable solutions involving oil and gas. 2 immediate examples are folks working together to improve the greater sage-grouse's habitat so that it won't be listed as an endangered species, and everyone discussing ways to reduce methane emissions from the wellhead to the consumer without compromising operating safety. 2014 clearly was a year when unintended regulatory consequences became glaringly apparent. The U.S. Department of Commerce's Bureau of Industry and Security wins a crack in the door Watchie for its June 24th ruling that enterprise product partners and pioneer natural resources companies minimally processed condensate qualified as a product and could be exported. This started serious conversations about what it actually will take to remove outmoded U.S. crude oil export limits. The 114th Congress's energy leaders say they might actually even fully examine this. That would be refreshing. That's Watching Government for this week. In Washington, I'm Nick Snow for Oil and Gas Journal.